So it requires an initial self-awareness to realize that something's out of whack, and self-consciousness, maybe?
Yeah, it's work, and you have to pay for your Alexander lessons. So unless you feel like there's something missing from your life, why would you get Alexander lessons? So people in performance are probably the most susceptible to thinking, oh, I need to look at my habits. So people who are actors, people who are musicians and performing the same repetitive ritual, repetitive acts over and over and over again, people who are public speakers, athletes, these people who want a higher level of performance are usually pretty open to Alexander technique. Then there are people who are in chronic pain because their tension patterns, their habits of pulling down on themselves, their habits of driving themselves too harshly, put them in a place where they can no longer perform the tasks of daily life. So people with such overwhelming tension problems, chronic pain problems, often come for Alexander technique lessons to find relief. And then there's a third group of people, those who are seeking personal growth. And for instance, if you're in psychotherapy, but you're very locked down by your own body tension and by your own habits, you can talk and talk and talk, but until you learn to release your habits of unnecessary compression, until you learn to release your habit of being stuck in fight or flight, where your head's like way in front of your torso and your shoulders are rising up high and your neck's compressed, you're going to have a hard time achieving psychological breakthroughs, because as you are in your body, it's going to come through in the way you relate to yourself and to other people. So if you're poised and elegant in the way you use yourself and in the way you speak and move, you're likely to be able to relate to yourself and to other people in a poised and elegant way. But if you're contorted or depressed, that's going to show itself both in your body movements and in the way you relate to other people. Think about that word depression. It has a physical symptom. Like people who are depressed, they're kind of like the air's gone out of them. They're pulled down, compressed. Everything's like tight and sunken. And so with Alexander technique, you learn to let go of these harmful habits. And as you come up, as you let go of this unnecessary tension, suddenly you'll notice these really profound psychological changes. So there's really no distinction between the mind, the body, and the emotions, because they are all constantly affecting the other. The mind affects the way you feel, the body affects the way you think, and the way you feel affects the way you move. So we're all constantly interrelating.